Greetings, Goblins and Geist.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Blake.
And welcome to
The
Cloudpost. So today we are shuffling up some Orzhov Shadow in Historic.
I found a good game for it. It's fun to do this black and white combo here. There's some cool cards with it. We'll talk about that in a second. Today we have a Brew and Brew episode.
Yeah, so another episode of Brew and Brew.
Cheers, my friend. I have done the Forsaken and Open. I was thirsty. So yeah, you only get one crispy pop.
One crispy pop, but we got another burial here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
Oh, that is. I very much enjoy that. Wow, that might be. Well, you know what's funny? In collaboration with Resident Culture.
Oh, that's super cool.
No wonder it's so good. We have a Resident Culture for next time, but we'll do that. So Burial is a Charlotte.
Technically now Charlotte.
Charlotte brewery. They also have one in Asheville, North Carolina, and it is usually some real delicious IPAs. I don't know if you can even see this art. This looks amazing.
They do have very
super cool tentacles monster.
Very interesting art. Very interesting beer names too.
Oh yeah, what is the name of this one?
It is the Third Fellowship of the Extraterrestrial Occult.
Yep.
So
yeah,
you know, that's what you think of when you think of beer.
Sounds like some crazy magic card, but honestly, the magic cards aren't even as wild as the names of the beer. My favorite beer before this one actually might be my new favorite, was called Until There Is No Longer.
Absolutely.
Until There Is No Longer. What is that? But let's focus on the game today. We're going to have some fun with some Orzhov Shadow.
So this is a historic, right?
We're going to run you through the deck tech here. Yes, this is a historic game and or historic deck. And I found different builds of this online. I really want to play with Death Shadow, but Grixis is just... Oh, I'm not a huge fan of Grixis Death Shadow.
Right.
So I wanted to change it up, play something different. And then I realized how many good cards of white actually worked with this.
Yeah. And
it's really fun. It's really fun. And I don't know if this is the perfect form of it yet. So if you guys have any ideas, leave a comment down below and let me know what maybe works and synergizes well with this, because it's so close to being amazing. It's really good, but it's so close to being amazing. There's some bad matchups like Burn and things like that, but overall, feels really fun to play. And we're only doing one of, so, you know.
Yeah, best of one. Yeah.
Best of one here. Let's see if we can get some games going.
But you said it feels at times amazing.
Oh, yeah. When it goes off, it goes off, and it just feels so good. You get the rush from playing Death Shadow because you're like, I'm gonna shoot myself. I'm gonna ping myself. Oh, I'm low on health. Can I win this match? Oh, there's my 11, 12 damage. You know,
it's like a tightrope.
Yeah.
But you know what else feels amazing? You know, if you're new to the channel, you should probably subscribe
and like the show,
because that's amazing.
We love you.
But
we do love you. Have to commit.
Yes, we love you. The both of us.
Yep.
So let's talk about these 1-drops, because you got a lot of 1-mana spells.
Yeah, start with the very top. We're going to go to Esper Sentinel here. Oh, okay.
We're just going to edit the deck, I guess. There we go.
Change it up. Esper Sentinel, if you don't know what this card is, you should, because it's probably my favorite card in Historic. It's so stupid, dude.
Artifact creature.
Absolutely
it's really
insane.
Neat.
It draws cards nearly every turn, if not more than one.
Yeah, or ties their mana up at least. Okay, so we got 4 of those guys. We got Portable Hole.
Portable Hole is just a good card, especially for Historic. There's so many like 1 and 2 drops. It's like, well, why not? It's just a good removal.
Clears their blockers out of the way.
Yep, that's usually what it's for. And in fact, one of the only changes I'm considering here is adding another one of those and taking out a Selfless Savior.
Right. So you got 2 of these.
We might edit this deck along the way just to see if we have any like little things, but we'll show you. Go down a little bit more. Well, you guys know what Selfless Savior is. I'm struggling.
Yeah, if you played against like the mono white aggro, you know, the white weenie aggro decks, you will see this card. But yeah, it's a valuable ability.
Bro, it's a dog.
It's a dog.
You gotta love the dogs.
Yeah, he's very happy. But yeah, it protects your Death Shadow, right?
It does protect.
And then of course, here's the namesake of the deck.
If you don't know what Death Shadow is, how you do? It is a 13/13, but it's a 1-drop, and it gets snag X, where your life total. So
the soonest you can play it is when you're at 12, right?
Yeah, you play it at 12 or less, and then there's like combo pieces. I'll show you that, and you'll see some of the matches have that.
Next, you got some discard cards.
Yeah, Inquisition of Kozelik. You don't want them hurting your stuff.
Yeah.
And the next one, out of the Ebon Legion, this card is honestly a champion. A lot of the time, you'll just hold up 3 mana and swing, and then they're like, I don't want to block it. It's got Death Touch. And then I'm like, okay, well, now I'm just going to play something else, do that little bit of damage, and be good to go. Also,
threat of activation.
It says it gets a +1/+1 counter if a player lost 4 or more life. You can do that to yourself.
Super cool synergy. Yeah.
And that's honestly the reason you run the card. a solid 1-drop.
Yeah, you can activate it pretty frequently.
Yeah, very frequently. Like, honestly, a lot of the time I will play like a Godless Shrine and a Thoughtseize
after
he's out, and I'm like, well, there's my 4 damage.
Yeah,
you know? I'm good to go. Thoughtseize, if you don't know what that is, it's insane.
Yeah,
1 mana.
Black, take their best card.
Take their best card. Any card, your choice. Well,
and you want it to hurt you in this deck.
Yeah, non-land.
Non-land, but yeah,
2 damage to yourself, which you typically don't like, but today we like.
So now this is I think this is a cool card with the deck.
This is like the combo piece of the deck, and honestly, holy cow, this card is insane. For an uncommon card, dude. I've lost to this card in the past, and I forget why, like what deck I was playing against. It wasn't this. I think it was like white aggro.
Yeah, during if you played, limited during Ixalan, this was an obnoxious card to see on turn 2.
Yeah,
because you can't ever answer it mostly.
You really can't, and in this deck, it performs just insane because it combos with Death Shadow. You can let's say you're at 12, play your Death Shadow. The next turn you play this, and you just swing Death Shadow as a 1/1, and they have a blocker, it's gonna die.
Right.
And if they don't have a blocker, then they're taking like a ton of damage.
Yeah, if they just pass priority,
you can just do it whenever you want. The trigger whenever you want to do it, and you can do it multiple times. So it's just super powerful.
And if you played on turn 2, it can enable you to get your Death Shadow out faster.
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
Very cool. You are playing 2 Sejiri Shelters.
Yeah, I'm actually considering either going up on these or not because I don't see them very often.
Right.
And when I want them, and they are insane because you just win the game with them.
Right. Throw a color of their blocker, things like that, right?
Yeah, or no death to your creature.
Yeah.
All right, move on to the next one. Infernal Grasp. This is still a creature
solid
take
removal.
2 life. I have honestly the only reason I'm running this and not like Fatal Push is because of the 2 life.
Yeah, I get it.
Like Fatal Push is probably like better,
Right?
But I kind of want to take the pings, and you'll see the next card's kind of the same.
Yeah, this is an interesting. So this is an alchemy card.
Alchemy card. Yeah, we're playing with some of the alchemy stuff. I like it. This one's neat, and this one draw 2 cards, and every card in your hand at this point because the deck is so small on the curve. This makes everything ping you for 1.
Yeah, which you want to have.
You kind of want that. Also, really like the art for this card. The cool
Definitely.
Kamigawa.
Yeah.
Kamigawa. Cool.
And you got 4 Scourge of the Skyclaves.
Now this card is an absolute beast. You play it as like a 1/1 or a 2/2 most of the time, and the opponent's like, "Well, I don't care about that thing," and they don't even. I feel like they don't read it.
Yeah,
like people don't see the card and read it. They're just like, "Whatever, that's just like a small 1-drop or 2 or 1/1 or 2/2," and then the next turn it's like a 6/6, and they're like, "Oh."
Well, yeah, and this is taking their life total into play. Yeah. You had to explain that to me, but you're, of course, trying to kill them.
Yeah, this is a... you barely ever kick this card just because you don't have the 7 mana.
Right.
But this one's a little weird, and it messed with me at first because I didn't really understand what it said. And I was like, oh, it's both players' life total with the highest... going off the
whoever has the highest, right.
It's minus whoever has the highest.
So if your opponent's at 18, it's a 2/2.
Yeah, and you could be... you have to be at 8. Well,
right.
Most of the time, you're going to be lower than them. Most of the time.
Yeah.
Has bamboozled me here and there, but it's not very often.
And of course, being that we're playing on Arena, it's doing the math for you.
Yeah, yeah. And this thing just like look at the cool art, dude. I just
absolutely.
He's evil looking. I honestly, it looks like it has wings, so I wish it had flying, but that would be.
Yeah, that would be sweet. It's a demon. It would be sweet if it had.
It looks like it has wings. It's got like the weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you're playing some of these Triumphant Adventurers.
Yeah, this card also is a champion, and you pretty much always do the 3rd dungeon, which is the Tomb of Annihilation, I believe it is. I don't know if you can click through here. Right click it. Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. See, I got it.
Okay.
I know my D&D stuff.
There you go. There you go.
I'm a big D&D nerd. So I was wrong. I was going to be upset. So Tomb of Annihilation. Right off the bat, each player loses a life.
Okay.
The next trigger, each player loses 2 life unless they discard a card, so it's already helping you out on that note.
Yeah.
Next one is each player loses another 2 life unless they sack something.
Yeah.
And then the last one is get a 4/4 God Death Touch.
There you go.
I don't know why it says God, because it doesn't have like Indestructible, which makes me upset.
Yeah, that is weird. It's a black God horror.
You pretty much just get a 4/4 Death Touch creature.
Yeah.
Which is solid, and I never ever get to it.
Yeah.
You either lose or you win before that happens.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Usually you win at that point.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
go over some of the lands here. Well, actually, I guess we'll start with the Emeria's Call.
Yeah.
I only run this card to take 3 damage.
Yep.
I honestly...
It's just a plains, but you shot yourself.
Maybe once out of 100 games you'll catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you bolt yourself.
Yeah, bolt yourself. Yeah, even better.
Go down to the next one. Agadeem's Awakening. Same concept, but this one you can use if you needed to.
Yeah, this is... I think when you told me you were running this, I think this is a sweet card for this deck, because obviously you're primarily using it as the, bolt yourself land.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could see some game states where you may have 4 or 5 mana and you can actually do this.
You're like, oh, I need my Death Shadows back. Well,
There you go. Yeah. All right.
And the lands, you could probably like filter in something else if you don't have some of these cards, but some of them are important. And actually, I'm missing some concealed courtyards, but I kind of don't want to mess with it. This is done well.
Okay. So you do have an Agadeem.
Always good.
Yeah. 1 plains.
1 big plains.
1 castle.
1 castle. Honestly, I might run more castles later on if I mess with the deck, but
yeah, because you know what's funny? You like the life loss. Yeah.
It has won me games.
Yeah.
It has won. Hive with a Hive. 3/3. You know, this is great against.
Yeah, it's a great card.
Good card overall.
Yeah. 1 Ifnir Deadlands. This was interesting.
It's cool because you can ping yourself for 1 every turn.
Yes, it's taking life.
Also consider running more of these, but it's
where do you slot them in? But then you got 4 flip lands.
Kind of need them.
Yeah,
just having the choice of colors.
Like you said, 1 courtyard.
Yep, 1 courtyard, and then 4 of the Godless Shrines.
Yeah. So you also pointed out because you are running these what they call the modal double face cards. Mm-hmm. You got 2 Sejiris. So you've got 6, 7. You got 7 modal double face cards
21
for lands
total if you count.
21 lands total.
So it's
because you're only running
2 drops of the high end.
Yeah, this is a extremely low mana curve deck.
Yeah. I guess technically the high end would be Agadeem's.
Right.
5.
Yeah.
But you don't need.
Yeah.
If the deck doesn't perform, you just go next. And
okay.
On a lot, like if I were to guess like a percentage, I'd say like 70% of the time it performs well. Doesn't mean it wins every time, but it performs well. Like
gotcha. You get to do your game plan.
Yeah, you get to do the game plan. Sometimes you get mana screwed. Sometimes you just play against like Burn or something terrible that just doesn't well. And
Burn would be a hard matchup.
It's a hard matchup, but I think it's like when I lose to Burn, I'm like, okay, I think I could maybe outplay it here and here. Like there are moments where I'm like, man, I could have done better there, but sometimes it is.
Yeah.
I mean, if you steal the Embercleave from their hand, they don't have anything, and you got a Death Shadow on the field, and they're like, I can't swing into that, you know? Right. Sometimes you just get it. But usually when you lose to Burn, it's just because they drew a Burn spell. Mm-hmm. That does happen. But overall, fun deck. Let's put the next one on and get into it.
Check us out for the games.
Jeez.